you miss Talking with Todd? Don't worry about it. TV2 has got you covered with what President Biden has to say regarding university finances.
President Biden delivered a speech on democracy and issued a warning to the American people. What he said and what are his thoughts on the upcoming election.
Some things need to change. And I guess there's been some things in the past that I've read and changes haven't happened. And those changes need to come.
The parents of Gabby Petito are suing police in Moab, Utah for $50 million. Find out why in just a bit.
Are you a Netflix user? Well, Netflix announced a new change to their accounts today. All this and more as your TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Thursday evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nathan Welsh.
And I'm Olivia Sharp.
We start this evening with this month's edition of Talking with Todd.
Kent State President Todd Dyken spoke this afternoon about the university's finances and more.
But long before I saw that question, let me say that I have been saying since I've been president that we will have fewer employees and we'll do our best to treat them better. And we want to continue to commit to doing that. But this squeeze is what can make that more complicated than it might appear.
President Dyken also stated that tuition will remain the same and it will be based upon the year you enrolled. The university also wants to make sure that employees who work for the university will continue to work for Kent State. Todd also answered questions from those in attendance regarding the university's finances. The next Talking with Todd will take place next month on December 2nd.
Hippie Phi Rots will hold a fundraiser in partnership with Phi Sigma Pi, a national honor fraternity in Kent State University. Phi Sigma Pi is looking to collect funds to work towards their commitment to improve humanity through their principles of scholarship, leadership, and fellowship. The Crystal fundraiser will take place from 11 to 4 p.m. at Hippie Phi Rots store. This is the first fundraiser organized by Hippie Phi Rots in collaboration with a student organization.
November marks the beginning of Native American Heritage Month. Kent State will be hosting several events throughout the month honoring Native Americans as well as their culture and traditions. This year's theme is Walking Alongside Our Trails, where students can learn and appreciate Native American culture by walking alongside with them. The first events will be next week, October 10th, with a Native American art and culture presentation.
Do you remember the new canine dog the Kent State Police Department got weeks ago? Now they will receive about $45,000 to train him. Governor Mike DeWine announced today that Kent State and 60 other local first responder agencies in Ohio will receive a total of $9.9 million in grants. Kent Fire Department also will receive $102,000 for wellness evaluations with a licensed clinician. We had this foggy morning for 2 days in a row by now.
That is true, Nathan. Collin, can you tell us why?
Nathan, Olivia, let's see if my forecasts will clear things up. Hello, Kent State and all of Portage County. My name is Collin Lewis with your weather forecasts. Without further ado, what is the weather currently in Kent? You can see it is 65 degrees. It feels like it's 63, pretty sweaty to me. Dew point's about 49 degrees, which makes humidity about 56. Currently, there is no fog outside. We'll see if that changes tonight. Wind is about a north-northeastern wind, about 6 miles per hour, and visibility is about 22 miles. Let's zoom out and see our northeast Ohio temps. You can see pretty mid to high 60s all around northeast Ohio. A little warm in Canton, about 69. Nice temps around the board, as you can see. If we zoom out to Ohio-wide temps, you can see it does get a little hotter around mid-Ohio. Northern Ohio, again, getting cooler as you get closer to the lake. Stay tuned to see how the next 7 days go with your 7-day forecast and more weather updates. Thank you.
For the past 16 years, Trevor Cruz has spread kindness by decorating around 25,000 poker chips he calls the Troubleshootin' Trevor Token and mailing them. Trevor writes happy birthday and your name on one side of the poker chip and your age and date on the other. Cruz has sent out 25,000 birthday tokens since he started back when he was in middle school.
Kent's Tree City Awards will return next week on November 10th, celebrating Kent's local businesses. The annual awards were put on hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but are back to honor Kent businesses who contribute to the city's infrastructure and development. The 10 awards will be presented at the Kent State Hotel and Conference Center. Tickets are on sale for $55 at the Kent Area Chamber of Commerce website.
Huntington Bank's branch on 101 East Main Street in Kent will be closing for good on January 23, 2023. Huntington is combining 31 branch offices, and all the employees will be offered jobs at nearby branches. Only 4 employees worked in the Kent branch and have been offered jobs within 5 miles of the location. Bank officials gave no reason for the planned closure, and Huntington did not say whether the ATM in downtown Kent would remain active.
The Storehouse Food and Pantry of Allen Chapel is giving away turkeys and hams for the holiday season. The giveaway will take place at 150 Oakwood Street in Ravenna from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or while supplies last. This giveaway is open to all Portage County residents looking to enjoy a holiday meal with their families.
The train tracks have reopened at the site of Tuesday night's derailment in Ravenna. The derailed cars included auto rats carrying vehicles and hoppers carrying rock salt, so there was no hazardous material needing to be contained. After an extensive cleanup of the wreckage that took 24 hours, the tracks are now cleared for Norfolk Southern freight service once again. Are you afraid of needles? Pfizer is developing a combined vaccine that can immunize you for multiple diseases at once. Find out which ones after this.
New updates in the case of the Canadian man who allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi. What was his status when the attack occurred?
Kent State College Democrats is hosting an event called Drag Out the Vote, tonight promoting voter resources as well as local drag artists.
The event begins tonight at 7 and will feature live performances from drag artists like Monica Maude, Comatose Y, and Marquise Gaylord. You can register for the event in the link at their Instagram bio.
You can also speak with local and state candidates as well as many other voting resources.
Did you fill out an absentee ballot for Portage County? Well, the Portage County Board of Elections is asking you turn them in as soon as possible. All ballots must be handed in by next Tuesday, November 8th at 7:30 p.m. Ballots can be dropped off in person at the Board of Elections or they can be mailed in. But if you choose to mail them in, they must be postmarked by Monday, November 7th.
The Black Voters Matter bus went to Akron yesterday to motivate the community to vote. Akron reached out to the national effort of the Black Voters Matter organization, Wanda Mosley. The national campaign director of the organization joined local activists at the Park Lane Manor apartment complex on Akron's east side. The black vote might make the difference in November 8th's midterm election.
Today, I appeal to all Americans, regardless of party, to meet this moment of national and generational importance. We must vote knowing what's at stake and not just the policy of the moment.
President Biden delivered a warning to the American people last night ahead of this year's midterm elections. Biden stated that, quote, "We can't take democracy for granted any longer." Biden also encouraged all Americans to vote and unite across party lines to save democracy. Biden continued by stating that democracy itself was under attack due to former President Trump's refusal to accept the results of the 2020 election.
Pfizer and its partner BioNTech have started to develop a vaccine to combat COVID-19 and the flu. The vaccine contains its investigational flu shot and Pfizer's bivalent booster shot. Moderna is also working to develop a combined vaccine for the flu and COVID-19 and is also developing a combination vaccine that also includes immunization for RSV.
A new study published by the medical journal BMJ states that monkeypox may be spread before symptoms start. The study found that monkeypox was spread up to 4 days before symptoms began and that 53% of cases were contracted before those infected became symptomatic. Also, researchers believe this is what contributed to the widespread infection earlier this year.
Because of the surge in respiratory infections, we think it's causing an increase in demand for the antibiotic amoxicillin, and particularly pediatric dosage forms, which include suspensions, form of an oral liquid, or chewable tablets.
Federal health officials say one of the most common antibiotics, amoxicillin, is in short supply. The notice from the Food and Drug Administration about an oral solution comes as pharmacy owners report diminished inventory of the medication. The department also listed a shortage of oral powder. The amoxicillin is prescribed to treat bacterial infections, including pneumonia and bronchitis. A new report found that the glaciers at Yosemite will be gone due to climate change.
Due to the glaciers melting, Yellowstone has experienced torrential downpours and unusually warm temperatures. The snowmelt has produced dangerous flooding and a foot of runoff.
The findings were based on satellite data that has tracked the slow melt of the glaciers thus far. And we now shift to more local weather, and for that we will turn to our weatherman, Collin Lewis.
Collin, what can we expect for the rest of this week?
Thank you, guys. We have seen how our day is currently. Let's see if fall will shine throughout the week. Starting with our temperatures tonight, you can see by 9 p.m. it gets cooler at 53 degrees, and it only gets cooler from there, about 49 degrees, and it gets cloudy. Partly cloudy around 3 a.m. Let's see about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be about 70, a little toastier than it, but it will be cloudier, so no direct sunlight. Maybe they'll be better. A low of 70 degrees, no precipitation, visibility is about 14 to 21 miles, and wind is about a northern wind, about 6 to 11 miles per hour. Let's see our 7-day forecast. As you can see, from tomorrow to Sunday, things will get sunnier and only sunnier as the week goes on. You can see that things are settling into more fall temperatures as we get down to the week, and I believe it'll only get cloudy after that. So thank you for watching your 7-day forecast. Stay in touch through kentwire.com to get more weather news and updates. I've been Collin Lewis. Thank you.
Gabby Petito's family filed a $50 million wrongful death suit today against the Moab City Police Department. They are accusing police of negligence in their investigation into a domestic disturbance between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie just weeks before Petito was found dead, alleging that her death could have been prevented.
The purpose of this lawsuit is to honor Gabby's legacy.
We'd have her back in a heartbeat because she's what's important. But we feel we need to bring justice because she could have been protected that day.
David DePape, the Canadian citizen who allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi, traveled to the U.S. illegally. U.S. immigration and custom officials found that DePape came into the U.S. from Mexico in March illegally. Canadians who come to the U.S. can stay for 6 months, but it is unclear when DePape's deadline to leave was. DePape allegedly broke into Nancy Pelosi's house on Saturday morning and hit Paul Pelosi with a hammer in the skull and arms. He is expected to make a full recovery.
36-year-old Tamirat Yawalawert was apprehended after attempting to drive through Pentagon security checkpoints. Yawalawert made it through the first checkpoint before officers drew their weapons and pinned his car with theirs. Court documents state that he said he, quote, hates America and was trying to kill people, end quote, as he was being arrested.
We're committed to building on these efforts to strengthen integrated deterrence and to ensure that this alliance continues to bolster security and stability on the Korean Peninsula and throughout the Indo-Pacific.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin stated in a meeting with South Korea that any North Korean use of nuclear weapons would result in the end of the Kim regime. This statement came after Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, launched several missiles throughout the week. These launches have drawn concern from the U.S. as well as the region surrounding North Korea. Austin also called on North Korea to stop the testing as it, quote, destabilizes the nation.
The ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan has been injured after an unidentified gunman began shooting at the rally in the town of Gujranwala. The previous Prime Minister, Imran Khan, was shot in the foot and escorted to Lahore to receive treatment. Imran Khan's party believes that this was an assassination attempt. 4 others were also injured at the rally.
The World Series is deadlocked at 2 games apiece. We'll have more on who has the edge in tonight's Game 5.
Could Taylor Swift's new song Snow on the Beach be connected to the city of Cleveland? Find out more coming up.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
A famous footballer has announced his retirement from the sport.
Gerard Piqué, an FC Barcelona defender, announced he would be stepping back from the club when the Spanish league breaks for the World Cup this month in an Instagram post.
Piqué is also known for being in a relationship with the artist Shakira and said that his last match would be this Saturday against Almeria. And the NBA season is off to a fast start.
Here in Cleveland, the Cavaliers are off to their best start since 2016 after just missing the playoffs last year.
Our sports reporter Ryan Shanko has more on last night's thrilling game. Hi, Ryan.
That's right, guys. The Cavs were in action last night at home looking to win their 6th game in a row. Let's get to the highlights. So we're going to go to Cleveland, downtown Cleveland at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse to take a look at last night's matchup between the Cavs and the Celtics. We start deep in the 4th in this one. Donovan Mitchell, step back, 3, money. Donovan Mitchell absolutely took over in the 4th quarter of this one for the Cavs offensively. Here he drives and puts in a tough lay, putting the Cavaliers up 4 with 1:30 to go. Now just 10 seconds left. Boston needs something at the end, and oh my goodness, Jason Tatum delivers a powerful jam over Jared Allen, and that sends us into overtime. Now in OT, Allen blocks Marcus Smart and finds Darius Garland, runs the break-in, throws it up as Spida climbs the web and throws it down. That would just about do it. The Cavaliers take this game from the Boston Celtics 114 to 113 and improve to 6-1 on the year, looking every night more and more like a contender in the Eastern Conference. Now from the NBA to basketball right here in Kent, Ohio. The Kent State women's basketball team tips off their season tonight with an exhibition game versus Mercyhurst at the Mack Center. The Golden Flashes have high expectations for this season after getting picked to finish 4th in the MAC in the preseason poll and being ranked 20th in the mid-major top 25. After tonight's exhibition, Kent State will travel to Florida State to tip off the regular season next Thursday. The World Series is officially tied at 2 games apiece, and tonight is an absolutely critical Game 5. In the history of the World Series, over 100 years of baseball, the team who wins Game 5 goes on to take the World Series 70% of the time. That's a big enough amount to not sugarcoat it when I say the winner of tonight's game will go on to win the World Series, and they will do it in 6. Philadelphia should prepare, grease the telephone poles, because it's going to be a riot when the Fightins win the World Series in Houston on November 5th. This is a team of destiny, and they are my pick to win the Fall Classic. And that's about all I've got for tonight. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you guys next time.
Netflix has announced their cheapest plans will now come with ads. What is the plan and how much it may cost?
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back, and in a bid to save the company, Netflix will be incorporating commercial ads into its shows and movies. In the past year, Netflix has been suffering with financial issues after a drop in subscribers. This new base plan with ads will be priced at $6.99 a month, with ad time consisting of 5 minutes per hour. Netflix managed to last 25 years without including ads on its platforms.
All Taylor Swift fans know that the singer often leaves Easter eggs in her music, but those Easter eggs on her latest album may be about Cleveland? Well, Twitter user Stunningham thinks so. She compiled a Twitter thread of all the possible references to Cleveland in her latest album, most notably stating that Swift's song Maroon is a reference to the Cleveland Cavaliers uniforms. Now, it's a very compelling Twitter thread. It is very long. What do you think, Nathan?
Well, I think that if I were to name base an album off of a city, I'm really sorry, I'm from Cleveland, I would not pick Cleveland.
It's very true. We don't have a lot. I like the idea that the song Snow on the Beach is about Edgewater Beach because we get a lot of snow.
Yeah, it makes sense. Great Lakes, we have snow on the beach. Maroon, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know though, but Netflix?
Oh goodness.
That makes me mad. I'm not, I mean.
I'm bummed.
I'm on my parents' plan. Don't tell Netflix, but I would not pay for that. Hulu, HBO, and Netflix all have ads now. That's too much money to still get ads.
Well, it's only 5 minutes per hour, so if you think about if you got cable, you've got like 20 minutes of ads per 1 hour. So I suppose it's kind of better, but for $6.99, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website, KentWired.com, and all of our social media platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Olivia Sharp.
And I've been Nathan Welsh. Have a great night, Portage County.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University, streaming online at KentWired.com.